we're looking at the goal for a TV show because I've just moved my channel. So here I am. I'm Jane Gardner of the Ultimate TV Channel System.com. And today we're talking about the ideas for a TV show format for your business and what one you should choose. And we've been talking about various types of formats. So let's go have a look at the presentation. And we want to look at what is your goal for a TV show, whether it's on TV or on Facebook or LinkedIn or anywhere else. What is your goal? And then you decide based on your goal what show format you should use. So what is your goal for a TV show? So let's have a look at another show format that's quite popular. Of these, we've been talking about various ones. We've been down to interviews. So today we're going to be talking about storytelling. So storytelling is a format that you may not have thought of as an idea, but as you know, people love stories. So this might be a really good TV show format. And who would be the people who would be interested in such a format? Well, storytellers, of course. That would include writers and speakers and anyone with a story. And of course, that's anyone with a book, anyone who's written a book, any speaker who wants to talk on a TED Talk. This would be a great format for them to talk about themselves and talk about stories that they've mentioned, as well as, of course, maybe interviewing other storytellers. It would be a very entertaining show to have people telling stories because people love stories. So let's have a brief look at what I'm talking about. So we're talking about, it could be someone who is basically just telling a story, who's just talking, and it's got a theme, and they just tell their story. They're not being interviewed. It could be a blogger who just talks about various things, obviously on health or wellness or wealth. It could be a blogger who's just talking about their life, or a video blogger who's wants to talk about makeup, who's telling stories. And it could also be, I think I have another one where they are, yes, I think so. I think he's telling a story about his being on location. That could be another way that you have a show. Of course, that would be more of a travel show, but it's we're not pushing it when we say that you could have a storytelling format, and you could of course bring other people on who tell their stories, and there could be a theme. And of course, that would be very engaging and entertaining. We could maybe call it a fictional entertainment one. But anyway, some of the pros, of course, to that is that stories are engaging and people will return to listen. Maybe you're going to tell them the story of your whole life, or the story of some history or something. The cons of course, you need to plan ahead and make sure that you have enough story so that you can fulfill maybe 2 or 3 months of storytelling. Whether you're the storyteller or guests are the storyteller, you need to plan ahead, especially for guests who are going to storytell, and when you're going to do it, etc. So you could have a theme and talk about many things. And not have any agenda other than telling stories. But of course, the cons are for storytelling, you need to plan ahead, whether you're going to be the storyteller or you're going to invite guests on. Obviously, it doesn't have to be live, but it has to be consistent. It has to either be weekly or bi-weekly show to get engagement on TV. And of course, if you already got the video that you've been doing, even better, because then you won't have to worry about creating video for storytelling. I really don't know of anyone who is a storyteller. Although this one for travel, there's a lot of travel bloggers who talk, or oh heck, there was last week there was people who have 300,000 followers on whatever Instagram, when they decided to come off the grid and live on an island with no electricity, etc. So they had to find all this stuff. So I mean, that could be an idea for you. That is a storytelling, because you don't know what's going to happen next, for sure. So anyway, that's an interesting concept for, I think, for having a TV show. Maybe I should ask them if they want to have a TV show. They're still on the island and still not on electricity, living off the grid, as they call it, and they've have a very entertaining stories to tell as they kill their chickens and light things on fire. So, so that could be another idea for a TV show. If you're doing anything interesting, just telling the story of your life. I mean, why do you think people want to watch the reality shows? Because it's an ongoing story about someone and their life. You don't know what's going to happen next. It turns out that things happen you'd never expect. And, so storytelling has always been important for us. And it could be a really engaging TV show format, especially if you could do it also on Facebook.